Welcome into the DNVR Nuggets podcast. It's like a strangled kitten. That's like a dead cat.
I did not want to do the air horn. I just want to make that very clear. I did not want to do the air horn.
You're a good trooper for at least trying it out. We're presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Use promo code DNVR whenever you sign up. Look at us here, guys, live from Belgrade, Serbia. Man, my voice already starting to die here. 24 hours into the trip and we're falling apart already. And we are at the beautiful Infinity Lighthouse studio here in Belgrade. Thanks to our friends here from Infinity Lighthouse letting us use the studio here, this gorgeous setup that they have. And we have a very special guest for you. It's not Harrison Wynn, who I've already introduced here. I got Harrison with me as always.
We need to do some work on our studio, I think.
We do have to do some work. They're putting us to shame.
They
here,
are putting us to shame.
They're dealing with a 10-foot ceiling, which is a big deal to a tall person like me. But we have a very special guest today, guys. Very popular and very well-liked NBA commentator here in Belgrade, Mr. Srdjan Radojevic. Srdjan, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Excited to talk some Nuggets with you. So when we started, we have like our inner circle of fans. We're saying like, what's the plan out there? What are we doing? We talk to some people and say, hey, we're gonna meet up with Srdjan Radojevic. What do you guys think? Love it. Over the moon. Everybody's so excited for it.
This is the third time I'm speaking for some kind of Nuggets media.
Yeah.
After Altitude
I feel
TV.
so lucky.
Yeah, and the Nuggets Serbia podcast now, this is the third time for me.
This is going to be the weirdest and wildest one, I think, for sure.
For sure.
So we're going to start here. We got some things to get to. Of course, I want to get Srdjan's perspective on a lot of different things. Nuggets related, NBA related. He's an NBA expert. So we're just going to talk basketball in general, Eurobasket. And some of those things. But we have to start with, we've been here 24 hours. I feel like we've been here for a week. We've done so many different things.
I'm tired when I'm watching all those footages on the Twitter. I'm tired.
I'm tired watching it too.
I'm exhausted.
We were out, I'm not kidding you. So it's right now in Belgrade time. This is 12:30. I know most of our audience can be watching / listening to this after the fact. Everybody's sleeping right now. But it is 12:30 p.m. We got to bed last night about 4:30.
Yep.
And that was after arriving in Belgrade at 8 o'clock, hitting the ground and just not stopping. That was, I don't know, almost 24 hours
As
straight.
I told you, now American guys know how it looks when we commentate Denver Nuggets game by night in 4:30 in the morning, and tomorrow we have for example, EuroLeague game. So
that's crazy.
It doesn't stop here.
What is the strategy, honestly? Because you're watching NBA games. What's the strategy? You watch the game and then you're sleeping. You take naps?
No strategy. No, there is no strategy. Like you don't have strategy now here.
Yeah,
so
that's so true.
I don't have strategy also.
That's the best way to go. All right, so Harrison.
Tell me. I'm not the guest. I told you I'm an evil Serbian co-host who asking rhetorical questions here. So
let me hear it.
So tell me something about your first day here in Belgrade.
Let's get into it.
So I got to start because I made some enemies right off the bat. I'm an idiot. I'm always just saying like my actual thoughts, right? I never think like how is this going to. My first thing was I wanted to try burek.
Yeah, of course.
Right, because it's popular because it was made popular in Colorado because it was the big story about Jokić. He was eating too much of it when he first arrived in Vega and this or that. And then of course we have our first burek. I had it. I understand why it made him overweight. That's my number one takeaway.
I feel like I gained 5 pounds from eating one piece of burek.
Easily gained 5 pounds. It was good. It was good, but like halfway through it, I was like, I can't be. It was like smoking a cigarette, like a carton of cigarettes or something like that. That's how it made me feel.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think it would be the perfect drunk food. At 4 a.m. last night when we were getting back from the Splav, which we can get into, I would have loved a piece of burek.
How often are you eating burek?
Pizza. You like pizza burek?
Pizza burek. I don't know if what we had was pizza burek.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
No,
it was just bread and cheese, no meat.
Okay. So there is also pizza burek. So
okay.
I don't like it. I don't like it. So I was a little bit shocked you eat that.
And then the thing I didn't know, like we learn all these things right from like internet research or stories or this or that. What I did not know was when you eat burek, you have a
yogurt
milk. It's like yogurt, but it's like more liquidy than what we would have. What we would call yogurt.
It's unusual yogurt, and I don't like the yogurt in other countries. Only yogurt.
Really?
Yeah. So I saw the Dev. He tried yogurt and he said he don't like.
Dev does not like it. No,
I have some of my friends who living abroad, and the first thing they do when came to Belgrade to Serbia, they're waiting for the yogurt. I want to drink normal yogurt, so that's a normal yogurt for us.
But it's normal to just drink it out of the cup.
See, that's the thing.
No spoon.
No,
you just drink it.
Yes, drink it.
That's what we did.
See, that's the thing. In America, yogurt is eaten, not drank.
No, yeah.
So it was bizarre. No, it was great though to try it. Honestly, are you eating burek? How often are you eating?
Yes. Now when I'm older, not so much, but when I was younger, it was almost every morning.
Yeah,
starting day with the burek. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. The go-to.
So I bring some other.
Yeah. What do we have here? We got a little. We're trying so many different things here.
This is called kiflice.
Kiflica.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like.
So you have a lot of.
Okay, I want to try this one. The chief said this is like a cheese.
Yeah, this is with cheese.
All right.
And also you have something like hot dog, and you have.
Is the one in the middle the hot dog one?
Yeah, this is like hot dog, and this is with the coolant.
All right, I'll try the hot dog one.
You try with the coolant.
Do you want one?
No. I already did.
It's amazing.
So, I'm sure that.
I mean, this is a pig in the blanket.
Yeah, I'm sure that Nikola eat all those kiflica when he was young, because all our mothers and grandmothers, it's a specialty here. So
this is fantastic. What's it like? You got to try this cheese one. You got to try this cheese one.
It's unusual cheese also.
What is it? The same as burek?
Yeah, same as burek. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I like this better though.
Yeah. So if you want to be creative like Nikola Jokić, so try kiflica.
This is delicious.
This is good.
And you need to try with the coolant. That's the first one. Yeah.
This one here?
Yeah. This is a hot dog, and this is a coolant. Yeah.
What's in this?
The hot dog one is just...
It's little bit spicy, but just little bit.
The hot dog one is just a pig in the blanket. Phenomenal.
Oh, I see what
Great
you're saying.
choice.
It's like a sausage. I got you. It's like a sausage.
Yeah, we're missing we're missing Dev here, so
Dev's probably very hungry also.
These are great.
Well,
Yeah.
Where do you get this?
we can bring the rest back maybe, or a couple back for the boys.
Where do you get this? The bakery?
yeah. Now in the modern days, you have a lot of like bakers, but they only have kiflice.
Really?
Yeah, and before
Kiflice.
I told you,
Yeah.
mothers, grandmothers, aunts, they're making kiflice in every Serbian home.
This one's actually, you guys, when we're over, you guys have to try this one because this one, this might be my favorite thing we've had
It's just
so
a
far.
little easier to eat than the burek.
You know, also though, I might be a little
Which
more.
is all over the place.
I might be a little more desperate.
Yeah,
than I
when
was
we
yesterday.
when we have birthday parties here, everybody have kiflice. When we're watching, I don't know, with the friends watching the games, you have chips, you have kiflice, you have pizza, next to the beer, of course, and the rakia and all. You tried rakia.
Of course, we had some rakia. We had a lot.
I heard you have rakia in your studio.
We do.
We do.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not the best though. That's what I'm learning. We're gonna load up while we're here. I think load up on some to take for the season.
Yeah.
To take back. So we have to get the.
We're on a search to find the best rakia we can in Belgrade, though.
Yeah.
If anybody out there has any leads.
We also went to the oldest pub. I don't know if this is like a big thing to do. The oldest pub in Belgrade.
Question mark.
Question mark.
Yeah. And it was great. I enjoyed that one a lot. Actually, the owner of it was like fantastic.
Yeah, of course.
We brought us a bunch of.
I
things.
agree. You have a lot of nice places here in Belgrade to try. Depend on what you want. Some traditional Serbian things or modern things, modern food, hipster places, something like that. So you have everything. If you want to try it, I will help you.
Yeah, perfect, man. There's no
to help Miroslav, not to be the only guy.
Miroslav, oh man, he's got to be struggling today. And I got to give a shout out here. So we had one of the cool things about this trip was as we're planning it and we announce it, everybody starts reaching out. Mm-hmm. You know, same thing. Please let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. One of those people was Goran, who was our guide through the city yesterday. He reached out. He's a professional tour guide. And he said, "I'll take you on. Just we'll hang out and I'll show you around as the first day." I thought this was a perfect way. You have the picture of Goran here for us. A fantastic host, giving us good. Like, do you know him?
I know him, man.
No way.
Unbelievable.
Like, 2 million people in Belgrade, yet you know everybody.
He's a character, man.
He's a friend of my best man from high school.
No,
is that right?
Yeah. And he's a business partner of my good friend.
Oh, that's awesome.
Unbelievable.
He was our guide through the city, and he was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. 10 out of 10.
He was awesome, man.
And just kind of showing us around. We went down to what's it? Ada. What is the name of this? Ada
Ciganlia.
Yeah,
the river.
Yeah. Down to the river.
The river/lake.
And had a great time here. You could see us here. And just it was a great first introduction. You know, at a very slow pace, just kind of walking through, telling stories, this or that, and getting to know the city, and it was fantastic. And what was great is we actually ran into, just by walking around, a couple people that were fans of the show. This was like one of those things where we have meetups or this or that. But even just walking around, you bump into people that are like, "Hey, you guys!" Like, "Hey, it's good to see you. How are you liking the trip so far?" Which was great. And then I have to give one more shout out here. Do you remember, Kale? Who is this that we have? The Tesla of bungee jumping.
No, the Nikola Tesla.
The Nikola Tesla
of bungee jumping.
The Nikola Tesla.
This
of
guy's
bungee jumping.
ridiculous.
Yeah, he owns. If you go down to the river,
do you know this guy?
I can see.
Yeah, there's a bungee jumping.
I don't know.
There's a big tower or like a crane arm for bungee jumping that he runs there. And another guy, like big, Nuggets fan and everything else. It is spending some time with us yesterday, so it was great. It was some wacky stories. What's the Pietz? What is the food? The burger, like a Pietz?
Serbian hamburger is what we had.
Pleskavica, yeah.
Pleskavica.
That thing was good.
Yeah, so we had that with him, and it was fantastic as well.
You tried Pleskavica,
Yeah, we had one
I saw
yesterday.
Dev tried, so I know for you other guys.
Yeah, we tried it because it's like a burger, and then you put sour cream on it, which is like a combination I wouldn't think of, but it was great.
You have everything. You have sour cream.
Cucumbers
you have,
too. Cucumbers are very popular.
Of course, onion.
Here I'm learning.
You don't eat without onion, so so there is some guys here in Serbia who owning the Pleskavica places, and like Soup Nazi in Seinfeld. There is a guy here in neighborhood. You're for him you're the god if you don't want anything, just Pleskavica.
Bread, meat, that's it.
Yes, that's it. And if you try only onion, okay, you are okay. Everything other, you are asshole.
You're making it worse. Yeah, get out of here.
There is a kid who tried to order. Okay, I want ketchup, and he said, "Okay, kid, go to LA and try ketchup."
Oh man, I'm not gonna out anybody, but somebody did put ketchup on their burger. I don't know if I can say.
You can say. Who was it? Was it Dev? Are you going to throw Dev under the bus? Was it Dev?
I think it might have been.
It was Dev too, man. Dev by far the least adventurous, I think, with those types of things, with the foods and this or that. No, it was great. And then we night-capped it by going to a spot. We didn't plan on this. We came back thinking we were going to go to bed. It's like 12 o'clock, 12:30, and we're like, we're not tired. You got jet lag. You kind of catch a new wave of energy, and we're like, let's go out. I hear that the splavs, and by the way, a splav is like a barge. By the river, there's a whole, like, I don't know, mile, maybe more, of just clubs that are barges on the river, and those are like clubs. So at midnight or so, they start to come alive. And we walked out, we went to a couple, and it was a good time.
And it was Friday night.
And it was Friday night,
yeah, of course. But yesterday, it was a hell here, 40 degrees. Unbelievable.
It was ridiculously hot yesterday.
It was ridiculously hot.
And today, it's okay, finally. And the next day, it will be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it doesn't rain too hard, I guess. But we'll probably make our way out there to the splavs again. It was a good, like, almost a test run of the splav scene, I guess. I don't know.
And you like it?
Yeah, I mean, you know what's funny? I don't go like that in Colorado. I don't go out or anything. I don't the clubs. I'm 10 years away from going to the clubs.
Me too.
But if I'm here, I might as well try it. It's like a difference,
I think we'll be back
10 years from being 10 years. Like Bruno Caboclo.
My prediction is we'll be back at the spot tonight.
Yeah, I have a prediction there.
Just
as
my
well.
prediction.
So Harrison, what stands out, about the trip so far? Just like kind of an overarching theme for you.
Man, like we've done so many things. I feel like I've already learned a lot about just Belgrade and the culture here, and like so many things about Belgrade are so old school.
Right.
Do you guys have Uber, Lyft?
Yes, but we have.
Is it popular at all, or do most people take taxis?
It's more popular every day.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not using it because I have a car, so I don't go anywhere without car. But a lot of people using it. It's not called Uber. There is other name
company.
Yeah. So, but it's the same thing.
But like we took taxis everywhere yesterday. Paid in cash, and then like you walk through the city and the architecture. It looks so old school. We went to the fortress too. Yesterday. And just learned about a lot of the history of Belgrade, and it's just like such an old school city, but there's also so many new aspects of it. Of course, with
it's the mix. It's the mix.
Yeah,
you have a lot of.
It's a mix of old and new, which I've been like feeling is really cool to learn about.
Mm-hmm. And this is because of the 90s, because everything has stopped here during the embargo and the war, something like that. But before that, in former Yugoslavia, Belgrade was so modern. You had a lot of Hollywood stars coming here to Belgrade to see the former president of Yugoslavia, Tito, something like that. So it was interesting when you have the modern country and you have some period of history. You are, I don't know, everything has stopped, and now you're trying to change, to be a modern. So you have a lot of people. I'm the one of that people who is a mix of old school and the new school. So I don't want Uber. I have problem to order something from internet, to buy something on it.
Right.
So I still like to go to, I don't know, I don't like shopping malls, but go to the store to buy, I don't know, t-shirts, something like that.
Right.
And during the pandemic, I start to buying things on the internet. So I don't like it.
You're evolving. You're getting younger now.
I was going to get to that, or something similar to that. Because
And there is a lot of people, especially older people who don't know with the computers, blah, blah, blah. So they're old school. And me too. I'm not scared of internet, but I like the feeling to go to the store to buy something, to see something, to maybe see something else to buy. I don't like to buy on internet.
Right.
So I think it's a normal, but you have a lot of people who are totally new school.
Yeah, Goran, our tour guide yesterday, who you know, we drove by new apartments right on the water. I think it was called Belgrade Waterfront or something like that. And luxury new apartments. They look like new apartments in Denver. And Goran goes, I would never live there, even if they gave me a free apartment. Like I didn't have to pay rent. My family could live. I would never live there. I would only live in my apartment, which was built 100 years ago, no AC, in, the city. Like, I would never live in this type of luxury.
Stylistic preference, though. You know? Like, it's just stylistic preference.
But that's what Srdjan's talking about, like that old school mentality.
Yeah,
right.
Same with me.
Yeah. It's just like it's so interesting to me.
You have a different part of Belgrade. I'm from Vračar. You will saw the temple of Saint Sava.
Yeah.
I living there. So for me, I'm so stubborn. I can live. You told me now go to Manhattan. I can go to Manhattan.
Yeah.
No, there is no place in Belgrade where I can live. And I told not because of Belgrade. I can go to Manhattan. I can go, I don't know, to Chicago. It's the same. Yeah. So that's the normal thing. And you have the part of the Belgrade, New Belgrade, who is more like built like, I don't know, New York. You have streets and avenues, blah, blah, blah. I can live in New Belgrade. And the same with the people from New Belgrade. They don't like the old Belgrade.
Right. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Yeah.
But I told you before the podcast, everything is polarized here in Serbia. So you need to be a Partizan fan, Red Star fan, blah 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 blah. Everything is polarized, so it's a normal. It's also with the living.
Yeah.
You are from Vračar, no, you're from New Belgrade. I'm kidding, but
but not really. But also, so I'm interested because you mentioned stubborn here, and this is one of the things. Like the point of the trip, the purpose of this trip is obviously we love Nikola Jokić. Like he's such a big part of our life and such a big part of like the city of Denver now. I think forever he'll be a part of Denver now, whether he wants to be or not. But you start to learn through research and just seeing how he is, and you want to know like, okay, some of these characteristics. And coming out here, you just mentioned stubborn. I don't know if that's the right word. It is a part of stubborn, but it's like, like I have the things the way I like it, and I want to do it that way, or this or that. And that is 24 hours into being here, something I think I feel in every aspect of it. The people that have their like, I don't want to say traditions, but they have a certain thing that they like, and they're like, no, we want to preserve this type of way of doing everything, whether it's going to the pubs or the type of music or this or that. It's a stubbornness, but also just like a traditionalism that I sort of sense.
Yeah, of course, I agree.
And I think that it does inform me in some ways about Nikola. I mean, Nikola, from observing him, of course, I don't pretend to know him like intimately enough to say this for sure, but from observing him, he does seem to enjoy his traditions and his customs and these types of things. Even his music, it seems, is very traditional.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like a guy who's going to be living in Belgrade waterfront.
Yeah, of course.
In those apartments.
He's a classic Serbian guy.
He wants what he knows.
And
I like this. I want to hear this.
Yeah, and because of that, people like him. Because he's a classic, normal Serbian guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Classic, normal Serbian guy.
Yes, of course. He doesn't like spotlights. Yeah. You have a lot of people here in Belgrade. There is some, I don't know, people from other cities like to say Belgrade people are like that, blah, blah, blah. But the real Belgrade guys, they don't like spotlights. So it's some kind of story I don't like. So Nikola is the guy who is not from Belgrade, but he's a traditional Serbian guy, normal guy.
Yeah.
You can speak with him on the street, something like that. He's a totally normal guy.
So now we're learning about Belgrade. I'm curious, what is your perspective on Denver? Have you ever been to Denver? I don't think you
No,
have.
I haven't been in USA.
I haven't been in the
No.
USA. So what's your perspective on Denver specifically? I mean, I could ask you the USA, it's a big country, but of Colorado specifically, what is it that you think when you hear that?
I don't know, man. I ask you why Will Ferrell in his movie is smoking the Denver. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We love you, Denver, City by the Bay, he said in Blades of Glory. So
And I don't know, because he was mentioning, I never thought of this, but yeah, there's the joke, Denver, the city by the bay, and then there's the Denver, Colorado, the Sunshine State, which is another, like, again, it's not. It is a sunny state, but the Sunshine State is, I believe, Florida. So I don't know why it's like a recurring theme. We're thinking maybe it's just because Denver is overlooked, so they're like, oh, Denver, we don't know anything about it.
I think it's a cool place. I watched some TV shows from Denver, so I think it's a cool place. But this is, I don't know, this is TV. I don't know if it's true. Yeah.
We think. Yeah, we think it's a very cool place.
Everything I know from the movies and from TV shows. So
all right. Well, this was our trip, day one. Like some of the stuff going on. Let's take a quick break here on the other side. Oh, go ahead.
Wait. What about the curse words, Serbian?
Oh, okay. Do we have a couple to learn? We don't. I haven't learned a
This could
single
be a
one.
whole segment, but
Yeah.
please.
You want the whole segment?
No. I want to learn. I want to learn a couple. What do we need? Because I only know like 6 words so far. I just learned thank you yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, damn it.
You forgot.
Hvala.
Yeah, hvala.
Hvala with an H. Yeah, okay.
Hvala.
Hvala. Yeah, okay. I got it now.
That's the one.
I had to picture it. Well, then, okay. Of course, I know Dobar dan, Dobro veče. What else do I know?
What else do you know?
Živeli.
Živeli is probably our most used Serbian word.
Yeah.
The Serbian people always like to cheering. Always.
Oh, yeah.
In every 2
big
minutes.
cheering
Okay, Živeli.
culture.
Who said Živeli? That's some kind of joke. Who said Živeli? Živeli.
All right. So now we can learn. Now I have enough. I can start to learn the curse words now.
You didn't learn anything. You don't know any curse words.
I don't know any curse words. I don't know.
There is a. You have a lot of basketball teams in Europe who are cursing in Serbian. Coaches who are not the Serbs, not from the former Yugoslavia.
Really?
And also you have on YouTube, you have it's footage from, I don't know, maybe 2010 or something like that, when Kobe shooting the free throws and cursing in Serbian. Because, because Radmanovic used to play with him, and he learned some words.
Yeah.
And I forgot what was the curse word. I think something like, he said "pičku materinu" or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I think I can figure that one out.
Yeah. So I told you, it's like in Seinfeld when Frank Costanza saying "Serenity now, Serenity now." It's curse words in Serbian. It's releasing the soul.
Yeah.
For me, when I used to commentate the games of, I don't know, Serbian teams and national team, there is a lot of stress, and you need to speak like a professor from Harvard, blah blah blah, to be nice. Yeah. And after the game, I want to every third word is a curse. So I don't need to say serenity now. Serenity now, insanity later. So I used to say something like "mršu pičku materinu" or something like that. So
what does that mean?
Don't try to translate. Don't try to translate, man.
I'm just curious.
Just say it. You have to say it.
Just to say, and you're okay.
Slow it down so we can know it. We need to have at least one. You're right. I need to have one. So slow it down for me.
Vanja, pomaži. Aj ti da ne ispadnem ja ovdje neki, da samo psujem. Mrš u pičku materinu.
Pičku
materinu.
That's too long for me.
I need
something shorter.
I'll memorize it. I'll have Miroslav spell it for me so I can get it out.
But it's releasing the soul. Yeah.
We'll start to use it. You know what? This is
somebody in the chat can probably just tell us what that means.
This is the thing.
Don't try to translate. Trust me.
I'm gonna need the translation.
Listen. When I used to commentate some Orlando Magic game a few years ago, and I said for Evan Fournier, his nickname is "Don't Google."
Right.
And I said that, and told my viewers, okay, trust me, don't Google. And I had 2 minutes after. A lot of people typing me on Twitter. Why, man? Why? I Google it. I told you not to Google. So don't try to translate.
Okay.
This is going to be a phrase we'll say all year long, not knowing what it is, and then someone will be like, "Very offensive." You should
This
not
is
say
going to
that.
like come back to haunt us.
This will definitely come back. All right. Well, we learned a couple curse words. We shared with you our first 24 hours here. Let's take a quick break. On the other side, let's get in. Let's talk some basketball. Let's talk some Jokić. Let's talk Eurobasket, which is coming up. Let's talk about the Greece-Serbia game that we're going to attend next week, and some of the importance of that on the other side.
Nuggets fans, your home for Denver sports coverage is partnering with a leader in sports merchandise and collectibles. DNVR has teamed up with FOCO to secure your access to the best collectibles and gear around. So celebrate the Nuggets back-to-back MVP with this newly released Nikola Jokić MVP bobblehead, or find your fandom with FOCO's other officially licensed Nuggets gear.
It's an actually good bobblehead. Yeah, you could leave the microphones on. We interrupt each other during ad breaks. That's actually our signature here.
Yeah.
We make it impossible to do an ad break.
Yeah. But no, it's an awesome bobblehead. Check it out. You can go to foco.com or click on the link below in the YouTube description. For all non-presale items, use the code DNVR for 10% off. That's at foco.com. All non-presale items, you can get 10% off with the code DNVR. At DraftKings, college football is back. It's time to enjoy the tradition, the fun, and the great offers from DraftKings Sportsbook to celebrate the best time of the year. New customers can get $5 or can bet just $5 on any team. Get $200 in free bets instantly, win or lose.
You know my favorite bet this year?
What's that?
Whoever's playing against CU.
I mean, I've got no comeback for that.
Yeah.
I know how shitty we are.
Going to get rich.
Yeah. You can also play same-game parlays, combine multiple bets into one for an even bigger payout. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code DNVR. Bet just $5 on college football. Get $200 in free bets instantly. That's code DNVR only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. One per new customer, minimum $5 deposit, and wager $200 issued as 8 $25 free bets. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem, 1-800-522-4700.
My favorite thing about sports, they give you an access point to different things. And so this trip, we want to learn about Serbia, but we want to learn about it through basketball. And we've had a couple really interesting things in that regard. In fact, I would say even more interesting than just like the general like cultural stuff. Number one, I had no idea, because we've been polling people. You know, we walk around, we stop people, we see somebody with a basketball, we'll stop and talk, you know. I had no idea. Aaron Gordon, we asked, what's your perspective on Aaron Gordon? Universally loved. Yeah. I don't think we met a single person, and I had no idea. That was a thing I did not know. First of all, your perspective on Aaron Gordon. I know we're going to talk about Jokić, but Aaron Gordon, why is it?
But don't ask Serbian people about Will Barton.
We've learned that very quickly as well. Or we kind of assumed that.
That part was shared very quickly.
But I disagree with all the Serbian people.
Ooh, really?
In terms of okay, so
I want to hear it. This is interesting.
No. I'm not a fan of Will Barton, but I don't think he was too bad.
When a player is not perfect, or you know, if they are bad just a little bit, it gets exaggerated. Like, oh, he's the problem for everything.
Yeah,
it says
of course, he's not. He's not.
Yeah. Like,
but in terms of Aaron Gordon, I think Serbian people like him since he's robbed on a slam dunk contest.
Really?
Yes, I think.
So this is another.
So it's my opinion, and they find something similar with the Serbian people, you know. So
I'm telling you, this is it, though. This is it.
I'm not sure.
But that's not what anybody said yesterday, though.
This is my opinion.
Not the dunk contest.
Yes,
and after that dunk contest, I used to commentate. A lot of people was so nervous about that. He's robbed.
Right.
He's robbed. And I told you, his brother Drew, his first professional season was here in Partizan Belgrade. And I remember when I used to commentate those games of Partizan Belgrade, I told he have a younger brother who is in high school, who is very talented, maybe more talented than Drew, blah, 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 blah. And now, looking now.
Yeah. So how was Drew as a player out here?
He used to play, I think, 6 months here in Belgrade.
Okay.
And he left and Partizan signed during that season. They signed Joffrey Lauvergne, who also played for Denver. Yeah, you know. And when Drew Gordon left, Joffrey Lauvergne started playing, and Partizan won the title after that season. So Drew have a great career in Europe. He changed a lot of teams, but he was the rookie here, and it's not easy for the rookies to play, especially in Partizan and Red Star. who are big clubs, they always trying to win the championship. Always.
Right.
Even if you have, I don't know, 11 junior players in the team, fans want to win the EuroLeague.
Expectations always very high.
Always.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I like for Partizan and Red Star.
Right.
Because that's the competitive.
Right.
So every time, every competition they play, they want to win.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind who they have on the court. So that's the thing. They're the big clubs for me.
I think
Not only the trophies.
there's some interesting stuff there, but I kind of want to go back real quick to talking about being rubbed in the dunk contest. It actually was something that was referenced by a couple people when I was asking about it as part of why do we like him. But I think the bigger part is just that he was an underdog, right? That he was in Orlando Magic, robbed, treated unfairly, this or that. And then even the sense of like he's a good player, but because he wasn't a star, maybe he got underrated or undervalued or this or that. But I do think, but this is why I think you're onto something. Because when I ask people, why do you like Aaron Gordon? Plays the right way, plays hard, this competitive, whatever. But it really was the sense of because he's slighted, he's wronged, he's treated wronged, and that's why we like any player that has been wronged. We kind of go for. Mm-hmm. That's at least my understanding of
maybe.
It. And again,
and also. There is a narrative here when he signed for the Nuggets, he will help Nikola a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe it's because of that also.
Yeah.
A lot of people said yesterday that it's because he just does what is asked of him.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And he just fills his role so perfectly and came to Denver and was totally cool being like the fourth option and deferring to Nikola and Jamal.
And Nikola needs him.
Yeah.
Right.
To be a better player.
He does what Nikola needs, all the time. And he just fills that role so perfectly. And his willingness to take a step back from what he was doing in Orlando and fill that role for Denver.
Of course, to be a perfect role player. Yeah. Like Andrew Wiggins in Golden State this season.
Mm-hmm. He was so great.
Yeah, that's a good comp.
He didn't improve anything in his game. It's my opinion. Just a good fit,
right?
To play among the great players, and his athleticism, his defense, and everything is the perfect fit for the Golden State Warriors. Yeah. And he played great season.
Your handle on Twitter is Skip to My Lou, which I think is really is almost funny. It's actually
it's not because of
no.
I don't know. I can't remember. It's something. Maybe it's because of how do you say children's song? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Really?
What? I don't know.
Wow. So not for the basketball player. What a shocker.
No. Okay.
Skip to My Lou, because he.
Do you know who that player is?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
A little bit of the song, little bit of because of him. So I don't know why. I didn't know what to type it. So maybe I saw him in the first. Maybe I heard the song. So blah blah blah. I don't know.
When was the first time you heard Nikola Jokic's name?
First time when he played the junior basketball here. And the first time I used to commentate him, it was interesting thing, and I told that in a lot of interviews. It was the Partizan and Mega game in Pioneer, and it was the first Nikola season. I'm not sure, and I compared him with Vlade Divac, and I said this young guy. Not playing like Vlade Divac, but he's reading the game. He's high basketball IQ, fast hands, unbelievable mind, and reminds me of Vlade Divac. And after the game, a lot of people wrote me on Twitter, man, take it easy. Chill out. Vlade Divac is a totally other planet, blah, blah, blah. So that's my first experience with Nikola. I have also the picture from the... Maybe it was the second season or the first. I can't remember. But I have a picture from some guy who working for newspapers, and he pictured Nikola, and I'm behind of Nikola watching the game like this. So
that's awesome. So, but you were early then. You were an early sort of.
Yes,
so when you saw that and you say, okay, he reminds me of Vlade, whatever. Does that mean you started to I'm going to pay attention to this guy and watch him very closely?
Of course, because I'm doing some things with the scouting, blah blah blah. So I'm watching the junior games. Also, I used to work as a coach in the junior basketball 20 years ago before my TV career. So I like that. So I'm watching the games from time to time when I have free time. So I know the young people, and if you ask me, did I expect Nikola to be what I expected him to play in the NBA, and I expect him to be a good, but I didn't expect to be good so fast in the first 2 seasons.
Right.
I expected he will need to adjust in the first 2 or 3 seasons and to play blah blah blah, but I didn't expect to be like this in, I don't know, in the second season, first season. So
what's cool is that's all of our experience is, early on, even summer league or this or that, I was like, okay, he's a good player. He'll play, he'll be in the NBA, but that was it, But then there is a moment for me, or at least there are moments when I started to think, okay, no, this guy's actually a star. I think he's like an all-star player and then eventually an MVP. For me, that came like into his like first season, and it really came, I think, in the summer. He played for Serbia in the summer. I think it was either after his first or second season.
It was 2016.
Yeah,
on Olympics.
So after his first season.
Yeah, after his first season, and it was like, no, this guy he's a star. He's going to be like a star caliber player. And then the next season, we remember it was so contentious because we were telling people, I think he's really good. No, he's not. This or that, and of course, we ended up being right. But for you, when do you think it switched for you, where you're like, no, he's not just going to be in the NBA. He's going to be one of the better players in the NBA.
It's a good question. I don't remember, but I'm not looking like that. For me, I think he's a good player, and depends on his role and of the coaches and of the organization. So he have a luck to go to the Denver Nuggets, to have Mike Malone, to have guys like Karnišovas who know the European guys. So I think he have a chance to be Nikola Jokić. So that's the main part of his success. So and there is some, I don't know, some things when we're speaking about 2016. A lot of people speaking here in Serbia, Nikola Jokić can play a power forward. I disagree totally. And I will tell you, when you watch the game Serbia and USA in Olympics in 2016, all the parts of the game when Serbia playing good against the USA, Nikola Jokić playing on power forward.
Really?
Yes, with Raduljica on the 5 spot.
That's right.
So
right.
Nikola Jokić can play everything on the court.
Oh,
so
he is a point guard and a center.
Yes. He's a point center. So
yeah.
And listen.
Go ahead.
People here in former Yugoslavia, because of great history of basketball here and a lot of great players. How old are you? I don't know.
I'm 38.
38.
I'm a little younger.
There is a lot of great players in former Yugoslavia. I'm also 40 years young. Yeah. I didn't watch all those players. I have some games on the tapes, and my father told me a lot of interesting stories. But you have, I don't know, Krešimir Ćosić, who played for Zadar and Cibona, and he was on Brigham Young University, and he's the I don't know, Jokić before Jokić.
Really?
Yes.
Similar style.
Yeah, and a lot of players and coaches from back then will told you this is the best player in the history of the country. And you have, I don't know, Dragan Kićanović, who is also, for a lot of people, he's the best player in the history of the Yugoslavia and Serbia. And when you ask Kićanović, he will told you, don't ask me, it's Ćosić. And Ćosić is a point center. And when you have a guy in the 60s who playing as a point center, he's...
That's crazy.
Yes. So it's... people here used to watch a lot of great players. And people here, they don't buy in the modern basketball, a lot of athletic guys, blah, blah, blah. They like guys like Jokić. I don't know, they like people who are not athletic, but know how to play.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, and you have a lot of players... now, I don't know, you have a Croatian player, Kruno Simon, who played in Efes, who is a EuroLeague winner in the last 2 seasons. So Kruno is also that kind of, he's not athletic, he know how to play, and people like to watch him.
Right.
That's because, and all the great players from Yugoslavia since, I don't know.
So 90.
Yes, you have Divac, Paspalj, Dražen, Kukoc, Raja, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So many. And I think even... at least in the NBA. I know these people existed, and the NBA may be slow to adopt European players or this or that. But now it's an explosion. Like I think European players are getting more and more popular. And one of my big questions I wonder about all the time is Giannis, Jokić, Embiid, Doncic, 4 of the 6 best players in the NBA right now. Maybe 7, 8, whatever you want to say.
And I heard some stories from some NBA executives back then in the 90s. A lot of players have some problems to adjust to the NBA.
Right.
And they have a problems to adjust to things like, rookie backpacks, blah, blah, blah. And you have guys who are competitors, who are champions here. They don't want to be like kids.
Hazed. It's hazed,
Yeah, they want to be competitive there. And you have, story. You heard of Sasha Danilovic, who played for Miami and Dallas. One of the first his game in NBA, he wanted to fight with Chris Mills. You know the stories about Chris Mills. So, man, it's unbelievable. And that's the normal thing. They don't want to be the childish guys, I know, to wear the pink backpacks.
I wonder if Jokić got hazed at all.
If he got hazed, that's like hazing. It's like, hey, you're the young guy. Carry the bags.
Go get our donuts before the team flies.
Yeah,
go get coffees for everybody.
But it's the normal situation. Also with the Serbian kids, that's the normal.
Really?
And before it was the fighters and warriors. Blah, blah. We don't want to be the childish. We want, and that's because of the country or from history, the wars, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Right. But I do think that there's an interesting sort of adjustment culturally. Like this is what it is. It's a cultural divide, and maybe the world's getting smaller. Maybe it's just like everybody's kind of getting more familiar with this or that. But I do think that is something that is underrated about the bringing in European players. Is hey, there's not just a basketball adjustment, which maybe is getting smaller and easier, but there's a cultural adjustment. How does the coach interact with the team is different in the NBA than it is here. Like how do players and teammates interact with each other is different there and here. So those things they probably take an education, an experience of like, hey, this is kind of how it goes.
Yeah. And I always speaking with some people from USA, from some guys from front offices, and I told him, I'm not delighted in that way with the Golden State Warriors because I used to watch the Yugoslavian national team in 1989. So, did you watch Once Brothers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You saw some footages from that game, Yugoslavia and Greece, in the Eurobasket finals. Find on the YouTube, and your listeners can find on YouTube. Find the clip with 6 minutes. Unbelievable basketball.
Yeah.
How much? 32 years ago. It was Golden State Warriors before Golden State Warriors.
Right.
And you saw Divac and Raja, who play center spots, running the court. You have Kukoc, Dražen. It was unbelievable basketball.
And it's even funny, like Kukoc is a funny one too, because he's a great player and his story is almost always told in the shadow of Michael Jordan's. Of
course.
But so like even if you watch The Last Dance, the documentary, Kukoc, it's almost like he doesn't get his due as a player. It's almost like, oh, he was this foreigner and they beat him up. And it's like, no, this is a great player that was a key part of why they were such a good team.
And the one of the stories when you, here in Serbia, when you go to kafana with your friends to drinking, blah, blah, blah. And always in some moment, there is a topic. What if Kukoc didn't go to USA and Americans bulk him, blah, blah, blah. He will be much better player.
Yeah.
So he was so skinny. He was like, I don't know, like Durant, like Giannis in his first NBA days. And he's the bulk in the NBA. So it wasn't the same player, especially because he played as a power forward in some lineups for Bulls, and he was small forward here in Europe.
Right.
And he was a great player, one of my favorites.
Yeah, one of my favorites. That's the part is I think people in America might find that somewhat surprising because of the way his story is told. And it's like, no, he was a fascinating player. He was actually a very interesting player.
He was one of the first stretch fours, really, ever.
Skill, I would call him more just of a skill. Like you know, at the time you think of like a taller player, like they have to do 2 things or 3 things, and like no, he actually could do a lot of different things. That was what made him so interesting, is he could do things that weren't traditional for a player like that was like him.
There is a game in Bormio in 1987 Junior World Championship, and there was 2 games, Yugoslavia and USA, and he scored. I forgot. He scored 7 3-pointers in one of those 2 games. I think maybe more. But 7.
Wow.
I think 7.
All right, man. We got to keep going here. I got to do one break here, just to make sure we're on time. But I want to talk more about Jokić. I want to talk more about actually just this Eurobasket that's coming up and kind of set the stage for that. But more importantly, Jokić just played a game last night. Full disclosure, I didn't get to catch it, but I did see some of the highlights. I don't like talking about games when I didn't get to watch them. But I did see Jokić moving, and I just think he's moving so quick. And I want to talk about that because to me, it's an important difference in his game over the last couple of years that I think is going to make a big impact on this season.
All right, the American Raptors, they play at Infinity Park in Denver. Do you guys have rugby here? Do you have rugby?
Yes.
Okay.
We have rugby.
This is our Denver rugby team.
We also have a NFL here.
Oh, we heard about the podcast you guys do here, yeah.
But also have NFL clubs here in Serbia.
Oh, really?
Playing American football, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Gotcha.
To be precise, not NFL, the American football.
Yeah. Interesting. The American Raptors, they're Denver's rugby team. They are comprised of players that come from backgrounds in all different types of sports: football, basketball, baseball, wrestling, soccer, track and field. They come together on the American Raptors and play rugby. They're pretty good already. They're a young team. They're really fun to watch. You can check them out for free. Head on over to AmericanRaptors.com and grab your free tickets there. If you can't make the game, AmericanRaptors.com. We'll be streaming all of them from their website, so make sure to check it out. Also, check out the weekly DNVR Rugby podcast. Hit the subscribe button on that one so you never miss an episode. Also, Athletic Greens, they're a partner of ours. It's a product I use literally every day. We brought some Athletic Greens with us on the trip. We were idiots and didn't do any before we got here today. It would have been perfect. But we got some at the Airbnb right now. We'll do it later. I started taking Athletic Greens because I just wanted more energy in my daily life, and I get that with one scoop of Athletic Greens. You're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. You just put one scoop of it into a cup of water every single day, and boom, you're good to go. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase as well. So go to athleticgreens.com/nuggets, athleticgreens.com/nuggets to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
So the next thing I want to ask you about is the Denver Nuggets and just whether or not you think, or I just want to talk about this even with you, Harrison, but just whether or not we think they can win a title this year. And when we phrase that question, a lot of it is, how does Murray look? How does Michael Porter? Those things obviously matter. They obviously matter a lot. To win a championship, you need other people that can step up,
of course,
and how it all comes together. I think an underrated aspect of that question, though, is Jokić keeps getting better and more unstoppable. And I'm watching him play in these games, these tune-ups, these friendlies. He just looks so quick. And even last night, he had a couple moves, quick little jab step, spin move, skipping into the paint. And it's just like he's going around guys quickly. Mm-hmm. Whereas before, he always had good footwork and he could get around guys by 1 inch because, this or that. He's almost like out-quicking guys right now. And to me, this is, and I'm curious if you see this distinction in him so far, even with this, and even at the end of last year, and if you think that it's a big enough new improvement on his game that he could be meaningfully better this next year.
Yes, I think he's improving still. And now, what I saw in the last 2 games, his body language is much, much better, and he's much more focused here.
What do you mean body language? Like he's not as frustrated?
No, he's not frustrated. He's now, I think he's prepared to be the leader of this team.
Oh, I love this.
Yes.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think he will play great games on Eurobasket, and don't be fooled with the NBA statistics. It will be not, 30 points, right. 15 rebounds,
sure.
12. It will be 18 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. But you have a lot of other guys who can score, who can play much better,
right.
Because of Nikola. And in terms of team success, I think it will be great Eurobasket for Nikola. I hope there will be no injuries. Because we are missing already Bogdan Bogdanovic. Right. There is a problem with injury of Bjelica, and a lot of other guys have some injury problems. I hope it will be okay. But in terms of team success, I think Nikola will be great. And in my opinion, I don't know if you agree, but maybe you're better to speaking about that. Nikola played 2016 Olympics and 2019 World Championship. I think after every off season playing for the national team, he played a very good season.
Okay.
Are you agree or not?
He's had a lot of really good
Yes,
seasons.
I forgot the seasons. You
No,
know,
but you're right, because he played his rookie season, and then he played, and then his sophomore season was his
the
breakout year, so that one tracks. And then again, it was 2018, I think, and then
he came back and won MVP.
No, it wasn't. He wasn't the MVP year. I don't think it was the MVP year afterwards.
He played summer 2018.
Yeah, and so he was
So
no,
2018-19. So that was the year before
summer
the MVP.
19. Summer 19. It was in China.
Oh, summer 19.
Yes.
So 19-20.
Yeah, so it was not. It was still the year before the MVP. It was but it was the bubble year. He was fantastic, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, to go back to what you said about Jokić improving, he has one of the underrated parts about Jokić, I think, is that he improves so much year to year.
Yeah.
Right.
Like rookie year to sophomore year, non-MVP year to MVP year, and then even his first MVP to his second MVP last season. He just improves so much every year.
Yeah.
So, yes, I think he's going to come back definitely an improved player just because he's done it before.
But it's specifically how, because when we talked about how can he get better, we're like, it's leadership. And I think and your point, it is, I think, an improving part of his game. But we would say, a 3-point shot or this or that. I don't think we all talked about him getting quicker. And that's the thing that I'm seeing, and I'm just thinking, like, I think he's actually quicker, and that's one way that he's more dominant now, because he had a play yesterday where he pinned the guy under the basket, and he might have been in the key for like 5 seconds or something, but he had pinned the guy under there.
With Nikola Meli,
and it's just like nothing you could do. He's still just as strong as he always was when he was a bigger guy. He's stronger, actually, than he was. But now he's also quick, and he's quicker than most guys, too, even though guys are now at a weight disadvantage or strength disadvantage and a speed disadvantage from these big lumbering bigs.
And most underrated part of his game, quick hands.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable quick hands. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I speak with some players who played with him here in Serbia, and they told me it's unbelievable. Everything you try to do in front of him, he will...
Right.
You saw his hand. You try to pass, his hand here.
Yeah.
He tried to shoot, his hand here.
Yeah.
And when you saw his offensive rebounds, it's always...
Yep. Yeah.
And he's on the ground with the both feet, and he's doing that.
The boat feet. He is like, because he's tapping it. He's reacting quicker than everybody else, so they're jumping
Have
after
you ever
him.
seen somebody be able to react like that on rebounds and stuff?
That's a good question. Good question. I didn't...
It's incredible.
Incredible, yeah. Incredible. And don't forget the one thing. Now in the national team of Serbia, he played for the Svetislav Pešić, who is one of the legendary coaches, who was the coach of the Yugoslavian national team in 2002 in Indianapolis.
Beat Team USA.
Yes, we spoke about George Karl and something like. He was the coach back then. So I think it's also a good thing for the Nikola.
Yeah.
And he's improving.
Really?
Again.
What's he known for, this coach? What's his what type of coach is he?
He's an old school coach. He was the coach of that national junior national team in Bormio. He was the coach back then. He beat Americans in the finals. He was the coach in 2002. He beat Americans in the quarterfinals, and won before 1 year before he won the Eurobasket with Yugoslavia. When he was coach of the national team of Germany in 1993, it was back then a big surprise Germany to win Eurobasket.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, it was 1993. You have the separation of Yugoslavia and Russia and but to be European Championship with Germany, you need to be maestro. Also, he won the EuroLeague with Barcelona. Barcelona is one of the biggest sport clubs in the world. Basketball also, and they have a lot of Final Fours, a lot of finals, and they lost everything. And you have one of the biggest clubs losing every final, and the first coach who won, it was Pešić in 2003.
So he's a legendary coach.
Yes, he's a legendary coach. Yeah.
Jokić has had some good coaches. I mean, now obviously Pešić, and then you can talk about even Dejan. I mean, I'm always interested the influence Dejan had on Nikola early on.
Milojevic. Yeah. Yes, he was also great player. Yeah. He played for Pešić in 2001.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they see a nice tree here.
He played for Pešić in 2001 when Yugoslavia won Eurobasket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was the role player of that team. And was one of the best players here in Serbia, playing for Partizan and for FNP and Budućnost.
And so we're obviously here to attend the World Cup qualifying game next week with Giannis and Greece here in Belgrade. It's an important game. Hey, can you set the stage for this? And how Serbia, it's a shame they're missing so many players, because this is a really loaded Eurobasket field. I know the World Cup qualifying is outside of that, but there's just a lot of players right now that are playing. Can you set the stage for how you feel, that what your expectations are for that game, where you think it's going to be the battleground, and how important it is?
That game or Eurobasket?
The World Cup qualifier.
Yeah. Listen, I will start with a little bit with Eurobasket. This is the first time you have a lot of NBA players. They are prepared very well, all the teams, and you have 7 or 8 national teams who can be
the champ.
Yeah, the champ.
The field is loaded.
Yeah. You have Serbia, you have Greece, you
France
have
is
France,
really good,
Turkey, Spain is a little bit. It's not like
they're
before.
Fading a little bit.
Yes, but it's Spain.
That's so good.
Yeah, they're so good. Yeah. I forgot some. Lithuania, Slovenia.
Yeah.
That's already 7 or 8.
Lithuania has a couple NBA players too. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
With Jonas.
Who's coaching Lithuania?
Makis. I forgot his.
Okay.
He's now the coach of the Žalgiris, the new coach.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, it's going to be loaded. And that's the thing, is I'm watching Serbia's team, and they're just so short-handed. I look at it and I go, this is going to be really tough. This is a real uphill battle, I think, watching these guys.
They will missing Bogdan Bogdanovic a lot.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of interested to see how it does there. But again, I think it's a great spot for Nikola, because to your point, or Nikola, because I think he is in a position now where it's so clear he's the leader of this team too, not just the Nuggets, but
he will be leader in other situations also. Even with Bogdanovic.
Right.
He'll be the leader. Mm-hmm. So there is a situation with cutting a Teodosic. You hear that? It was something unusual.
Did you agree with that decision?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. So I don't want to commentate, because I don't want... there is no player who can be cut if doing something were not good for the team. Especially when you have the coach who is the legend, who is the old school coach. I don't know what has happened. I don't know his reasons. He spoke a few days ago, and he's legitimate. He is the coach. So I don't want to commentate, because I don't know what happened.
Don't know the situation.
And we will missing Teo much. He was the leader. He is the vocal leader.
Interesting.
He is the legend. You watch him. You remember his pass in the Olympics.
Right.
You watch him in the Clippers. So
I know the one you're talking about, like around his body.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's crazy.
So I don't know. Nikola will be leader for sure, and will be a leader for sure, even with Teo and Bogdan.
Yeah. Hopefully those guys all come back together. I like watching them. Hopefully here with World Cups coming up and eventually Olympics, those we get to see them again.
We forgot the game Serbia-Greece.
Serbia-Greece, yeah.
Yeah. Serbia now in a tough position, because we lost some games in the last round, in the last stage, in the first stage of qualifications. Lost against Belgium and Latvia.
Okay.
Latvia, and
they have to win.
They have to win.
Must win.
Yeah, Greece, I don't know, with Giannis and all other players, Greece is one of the main favorite for the Eurobasket. And after that, we are going to Turkey. Also, a lot of NBA players, and Shane Larkin, who is a legend here in EuroLeague. So it will be very, very tough. But I think Serbia can win both games. Right. If they're healthy enough.
Who guards Giannis?
It will be interesting.
Giannis may not play?
Yeah.
Oh.
He got injured the last game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, man. This is rapidly developing.
I hope he plays in large part because we flew out here to watch it. So
I think he will play. I think he will play.
I think he will as well.
They have some other problems with other guys like Papagiannis and Papa Petru. They are injured, but Greece is one of the main favorites for the winning Eurobasket.
And I say this because for our American audience, most of our audience is obviously American, this stuff is almost happening in background. Like, oh, there's a game going on. We don't know. They played Italy. What is it about? These are all tune-ups.
It's also weird because it gets like no coverage at home.
It gets no coverage in the U.S. other than us.
Yeah.
So this is what I want to say is, though, next Thursday's game is a very important one, and it should be a very good game. Like, it'll be a very entertaining game, I think, that has pressure and has stakes. And obviously, Jokić is going to have a great game for them to win. So it's something I think everybody should put on their radars.
Yeah, and that's the interesting situation now. We didn't have some kind of situation before because the new system of the FIBA windows, qualification games during the season, you have a situation where players from NBA and EuroLeague can play.
Yeah.
So you have Serbia team playing without NBA and EuroLeague
I hate
players.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
But okay. And this is the first time you have two very, very, very important games against two great teams like Greece and Turkey with NBA players. Serbia with NBA players, Greece with NBA players, Turkey with NBA players. So important games 3 days before Eurobasket.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And you will have a full pack arena here in Belgrade, 20,000 people for sure. And the competitive game, this is a situation I didn't have before in my career as a commentator and as a fan or something like that.
You'll be at the arena?
I think I will be.
Yeah.
All I know is Nikola Jokić is going to put Alperen Şengün into the basket.
Oh, really?
That's all I know about that matchup.
All right. Well, Srdjan, I really appreciate you taking the time. This was a really fun conversation. Getting to know you has been great. And, day one of our trip, my brain is like on half speed right now. I can feel it. But it was a really great conversation. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. And thank you for this beautiful gift.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, I saw
this
it.
is the exclusive.
Yeah. I saw it on Twitter and I asked Voya where I can buy it, and you
no
gave
need
me.
no need
No need now. Yeah,
You got to know somebody to get one of these.
And I hope you get to make it out to Denver sometime and see our studio and come out and hang with us. We have some rakia for you for some waiting, as well as maybe some Colorado food to pay you back. So
I hope so, man.
Everybody, we're going to be back again tomorrow in our other studio in our Airbnb tomorrow, kind of recapping our second day here in Serbia. We have some great stuff lined up, including if you're not following us on Twitter, I know not everybody's on Twitter. If you're not following us, we're posting a lot of content. Everything we do, we're trying to share it with you and share that experience with you, as well as you can go to thednvr.com and check out our recaps of what's going on. We just have a photo journal and some other things that are going to be up there. So a lot of stuff. If you want to come along with us for this trip, that's our hope. Go to thednvr.com. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram, on all those different places. Everybody else, we want to give another shout out to Infinity Lighthouse here in Belgrade, a gorgeous studio. We really appreciate them letting us use their space here and helping us put this together. Hit that like button on the way out. We'll see you guys tomorrow.